is an initiative that began on the onset of missionaries in the country and is still growing. The Catholic Church, a believer of social ministry, saw it fit to engage itself in the noble projects of building schools and health centers. The aim was to improve lives of its congregants and deal with the growing demand of social amenities in the country.
First of all, to strengthen, to deepen the faith of the people, was both spiritually and development. So the Catholic Church has always been involved, for example, in education and health. So the issues that touches the people, we have to emphasize.
And with a current number of over 8,000 educational institutions, out of which 5,600 are primary schools, 1,900 secondary schools, 5 colleges and a university, the Catholic Church can be said to be one of the biggest education provider in the country.
More than 20% of the institutions of running in Kenya are Catholic institutions. But in the archdiocese, about 300 of them, both the private, primary school, public, and from all levels of secondary to the university.
And to ensure these schools are at par with private and the rest of the public schools, the Catholic Church, through the Commission for Education and Religious Education, continues to build the professional capacity of teachers and managers as well as pupils and learners in a bid to continuously strengthen the education system. Apparently, many parents and learners take for granted the issue of securing admissions in schools. But for years, getting admission to reputable and better performing that also focus on character growth has been a tedious task. And as Father Francis Chiara says, the schools, together with the health centers, are non-profit entities whose sole purpose is to improve the welfare of the society. According to Father Francis, they rely on partially funding from parents to run the educational projects.
We rely, by big and large, in our institution by the literal school fees that is paid by the parent. In all our schools, especially the private school, we just ask the school fees that will enable us to be able to run the school.
Father Francis notes that although a lot has been achieved, the current legislation pertaining to education management of education institutions in the country hinders them from fully realizing the fruits of its education projects. On matters health, Catholic Church has an expansive network which consists of 448 health units. Among them, 54 hospitals, 83 health centers, and 311 dispensary, and more than 46 community-based health centers, as well as orphanage and vulnerable children programs. And as the date for the pontiff visit to the country draws near, many are hoping that he will come with goodies that will enhance some of the projects. Linus Moshigadi for Channel 1 News Weekend.